What's going on, everyone? I am just a typical, average American here today to react to the Canadair CL-415, otherwise known as the Super Scooper, which is a Canadian invention. So it's an airplane that can scoop up massive amounts of water and pour it onto the fires, all without landing, which is pretty unbelievable. Actually, it sounds like something somebody kind of crazy would like dream up, like literally in a dream. Like it'll be an airplane with a big shovel in the bottom, and you'll drive it and scoop up water to fight fire. And you know, everyone else in the office is like, okay, Harry, you're scaring us again. Like, stop coming in with that. But yeah, the fact that this is a real thing that Canada has developed is unbelievable. And I believe that this has actually been very important in fighting all the Canadian wildfires that have been a huge problem, as well as wildfires in parts of the United States as well, right? So today, I really want to check out this video here, sort of explaining how all of this works and how amazing this is. So let's take a look.
We are entering peak Santa Ana season and wildfire season. LA County is so concerned, it just brought in 2 more Super Scoopers from Canada.
Special delivery.
Oh, we have 2 of these? 2? What are we doing with like the $40 trillion of debt that the US is in? Sorry to rant about that, but what are we doing with all this money we're spending? We're only buying 2 Super Scoopers? Can't we buy like 20 or 200? Like, because LA has had a lot of troubles with wildfires. I'm sure some of the rich celebrities there would buy 1 or 2 of these as well. Anyway, it's cool that we can even get this thing from Canada to help with us.
From Canada, firefighters just received 2 new Super Scoopers, a possible game changer.
They're back and ready to do battle. This year, the CL-415 Super Scoopers hit the ground running. Last Thursday, the very first day of the contract, the big yellow planes helped tame the explosive route fire north of Castaic.
Well, we're up over the fire, and we've been watching these Super Scoopers. First day of the contract, and boy, these guys are earning their money. I'm going to go a little long here because he's right over the lake, and I know everybody loves watching him just kind of scoop that water up.
These are the airplanes.
Insane that this is a thing that actually works, that you can do this.
Picking up the water. I've never seen in my life.
It is a very, very mean fighting.
That'd be me. That'd be me, you know, keeping it real. Like, filming it with your phone. Like, I've never seen this in my life. What is going on?
Machine, top of the line aerial water bomber.
Imagine a superhero of the skies. That's the Canadair CL-415, affectionately known as the Super Scooper.
The Canadair is the reference with respect to aerial firefighting and is the only aircraft specifically designed for that purpose.
These aircraft are a tremendous tool for us. CL-415 Super Scoopers from Quebec, our partner.
Is this specifically a Quebec thing? I remember hearing about these a little bit, especially last year. There's a lot of trouble with wildfires. I think there's a lot of trouble with wildfires starting again now in Canada and the US. So this has been a thing that's been helping us for, I think, for a few years now. Thank God.
In Canada come out to visit us each year. It's the 27th year of operation for us.
The LA County.
These been helping us for 27 years? Man. Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing till like last year.
Fire Department leased 2 more super scoopers from Quebec. For years, Sky 9's Stu Mundell has been giving viewers an aerial look at the firefight, and he's seen these super scoopers in action.
That is so insane. What a huge amount of water. Well, it's like, how else could you get that much water over that much space in a quick amount of time, efficiently, from the sky? A freaking airplane that drops an Olympic swimming pool of water. It's unbelievable. And so they're manufactured in Quebec specifically, or and some of these are leased to us. It's nice that you guys like let us purchase or lease these, because you know, any super scooper that comes to the US is one that's not currently helping Canada. So that's actually very generous.
It's just amazing. It's just this overwhelming sense of, wow, what the power that this machine can make, the ability that it has to put out so much fire.
The plane can hold 1,600 gallons of water and is often seen during a wildfire scooping up water from a nearby lake and dropping it onto the blazing fire.
Man, it has been so hot this summer. I just wish I could lay on this hillside right here. Just lay down on the hill right there and just let them bomb me with 16 million gallons of water. That'd be great.
The CL415 is a phenomenal machine. Its ability to pick up water 6 times in an hour delivers a big punch to a fire.
Really?
Video from the plane's manufacturer Bombardier shows how it works. Pilots flying the plane close to 100 miles an hour skim the surface of a lake, gathering up water through scoops on the plane's belly.
There's one on the right, there's one on the left. Like I say, they're 5 inches by 8 inches. They get deployed before we touch down on the water.
About 12.
You have to be like a pretty skilled pilot to do this, right? Fly the airplane down, just barely touch the water, scooping it all up into these 6-inch tubes, and you're doing a very important public service, literally saving lives, saving homes. It's awesome, whoever is trained to do this.
Seconds later, these tanks inside the plane will be full with more than 1,600 gallons of water. And the pilots are off to the fire. They can drop every 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the location of the water source.
That's
They're
very
one
fast.
of the few aircraft that actually can dip water or take water.
That is such a cool shot.
Of the water source.
They're one of the few aircraft that...
That is such a cool shot. Showing how it's literally like smashing the water into the forest. That is crazy.
Actually can dip water or take water out of the ocean, the salt water. We can't do that with the helicopters because of how damaging it is to them.
You can see instant results, and they do it with such precision.
Canadair is known for being able to attack the fire at very low altitudes, while other water bombers lose their effectiveness at higher speeds and higher altitudes.
Oh, there's other bombers. So the Canadian water bomber is like the best, top of the line. Yeah, because you gotta like perfectly calculate when to release the water, you know? Because the water has momentum, the speed of the airplane. It's like physics. You're letting it go at like hundreds of miles an hour forward in the direction of the plane, and then it's also flying down from a certain height at a certain, you know, acceleration or It's amazing they're accurate with this, actually.
When required, the Canadair can battle fires in fleet formation of 2, 4, or 6 aircraft, providing up to 6,000 liters of water dropped in sequence as frequent as every 15 seconds.
Wow.
6 tons of water released in just a few seconds. On the ground, the impact is enormous. This force, added to the blast effect, helps to smother the flames.
This is one of the coolest things humanity has ever invented. And it's Canadians who get to take credit for this. Genuinely, I guess just like visually, it's serving an amazing purpose, and it happens to look amazing.
Its superior maneuverability makes it perfect to operate in the steepest terrain.
Is unbelievably maneuverable. It can enter in every little space.
All of the Canadian pilots, the guys from the province of Quebec, are ex-bush pilots, so we were used to fly float planes and ski planes.
All Super Scooper pilots have extensive seaplane backgrounds and don't touch down on a lake unless it's safe. He says if you see this plane in the area, move your boat closer to shore and grab your camera.
Oh my God. This is, yeah, like this is like an event. This is better than the Super Bowl. This is like, unfortunately, it coincides with like, you know, deadly wildfires destroying lots of things. So it's actually a bad thing if you see these, but that's too dark of an outlook. It's amazing this exists. It's amazing to watch.
There he is. Look at that perfect timing. We love them Super Scoopers.
One of the planes came up over us. My wife saw the shadow, so flew right over us when we were going through the canyon. So that was cool.
This is obviously a very welcome sight. To know, John, that they are able to put this aircraft up and that the winds have sort of taken a little bit of a break from yesterday.
This would be amazing to see in real life. Like the way people talk about it on this, are like with a sense of awe. Like they're seeing like Godzilla or like Bigfoot or something.
And what's really interesting about that, and you see it right there just in front of the wing, that is from the province of Quebec, up in Canada.
Quebec, les Amis du Nord, who are joining in the fight here in their Canadair water bomber that they used in the fires up there in northern Quebec in December of 2023.
I'm glad this is some U.S. news, giving Canada some credit for this. That's good to see.
Firemen and women from Mexico, from Canada. Very grateful to them.
Chief Kristen Crowley said that the biggest asset right now are the water-dropping assets who have been making a big difference in fighting these fires. Mike, we also have seen some problems with other aircraft that have nothing to do with what our firefighters are trying to do.
The aircraft that you're talking about, Pat, is a drone.
Did you hear the other thing that...
That's what we're doing. Like, that's our response to wildfire. People trying to film it with drones, I'm guessing, to get like a good shot, and just making things worse, taking up airspace.
It was confirmed by the LA County Sheriff's Department about a super scooper. Earlier today, they were making some water drops, and there was a drone, an unauthorized drone flying, and it hit the wing of that plane. The plane had to come down, not seriously damaged. So now the FBI is moving in, FAA, and they're telling anybody, if you put a drone up in this area, you're going to jail.
What? You're already trying to like go out of your way to help us, and we're hitting your very expensive, probably very important water bomber with recreational drones. I didn't know that happened. That's embarrassing. Yeah, absolutely that should be against the law.
Los Angeles County Fire Department said that the plane known as Quebec 1 had been struck by a civilian drone Thursday and sustained damage to its wings.
You have to be kidding me with that. You have to be kidding me with that. What kind of absolute idiot did that? Because if they took this water bomber out of the sky, that's literally costing people their homes, their land, putting people in danger. That's time that water bomber could be helping. And you flew your stupid DJI drone into it. And you probably didn't even get a good video shot, you amateur. So stupid. Seriously, though, that is actually so stupid.
This small drone hit the wing of our CL-415 Super Scooper aircraft that we currently have on contract from the province of Quebec. The pilots were unaware that they hit the drone. It wasn't until they landed at Van Nuys Airport that the maintenance staff noticed that there was a fist-sized hole in the leading edge of the wing. Everyone should know, all of your viewers, flying a drone in the fire traffic area is not only dangerous, but it's illegal.
That is so wildly dangerous. That could have brought down that aircraft. Now we are down a firefighting asset, and an important one that...
It's like at a football game when there's just one person with a laser pointer, like trying to put it in like the quarterback's eyeballs. Like it's just one person out of thousands. It's just one moron out there flying their stupid drone around to get video of the wildfire or whatever they're doing. Trying to get attention. Just one moron to ruin it all for everyone.
By the way, isn't ours. We borrow those from Canada. They come down to help us out, and now one of them is out of service with a hole in its wing, which is not an easy repair, by the way.
Oh my god, this is so bad. I didn't know about that. This is so bad. We borrowed one of Canada's water bombers and got it damaged. I am sorry.
All right, so we, Canada, gave America some planes to fight the fires in LA, because of course we did, and they broke it. They hit a drone, and it's got a hole in the wing now, so one of the planes is grounded, so it's cool.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look for us. It's not a good look. I think this happened before all the political sort of tension and political drama, Trump, between Canada and the US. This was before all that, so you guys probably like kind of let us off the hook. Man, if this happened now, it'd be like, you'd be thinking like, why are we letting the Americans like have any nice things? Like they just can't handle it.
The dumbass who thought it would be a great idea to fly a drone in the middle of a raging fire where firefighters are risking their lives
Seriously,
just so you can get the shot.
The Super Scooper and that technique is our #1 tool to fight wildfires like this. And when folks fly drones, that hampers those abilities significantly.
That Super Scooper will be prioritized for repair 24/7. It should be flying Monday.
Sounds like this got a lot of news coverage, actually, in the US. So I'm glad we like really shamed this idiot who did this.
We only have 2 of them.
But a lot of people may have noticed on the wing it says Quebec, and that's because these planes are in fact on loan from Canada.
Quebec has about 12 of these units. We've shipped 2 to California, and there's 2 showing up, I think, tonight.
Quebec Public Security Minister Francois Bonnardel announced Friday morning that the province will send 2 additional air tankers.
Quebec Transport says there are 2 more planes heading to the U.S. this week. I think at home people are watching as well on social media feeds, crews in L.A. saying those water bombers that have come down from Quebec are crucial because they're the only kind of planes that can use ocean water.
As of January,
we owe Canada a lot for this. Seriously. I don't live in Los Angeles or anything, but you don't have to be grateful. Like, I'm sure the people that this is directly helping are immensely grateful. It's amazing. I wonder if right now there are wildfires. It's like wildfire season again, right? This is a big thing. I wonder if this is all kind of playing out again, where the US needs to borrow some of these, purchase some of these, or maybe we own our own by now. Or regardless, we certainly owe Canada a lot for this, because this is like such a scary phenomenon. Like fire, like something that, humans are so like elementally sort of afraid of, like your home being destroyed by fire. You hope to God you never even have to think about that, but there's a lot of people where that's actually a big threat.
February 15th, 4 Quebec air tankers will be contributing to efforts to fight the historic wildfires in LA.
More and more help is arriving all the time, and the good news is these Canadian crews who often help out with wildfires like this from British Columbia and Quebec, they're so experienced with the wildfires there. They really know what they're doing, and they can drop water right on the target. It's almost like watching a great sports game when they really nail it. It's pretty amazing.
That's what I was thinking. Like, it's kind of like watching like anyone who's really good at something, sort of like sports. But yeah, like, I'd actually be curious to know, like, do you have to run calculations? Is there like an automated system that's like, drop it now? Or is it actually just like feel and skill? If that's the case, that's actually unbelievable, if that's the case.
Look at this American badass right here, son. Look at the Pacific, how rough it is. He don't give a shit, son. I got it, Captain. Watch, he's gonna skim it.
Oh, they ought to hire this guy as like the spokesman for the, except he's an American guy who thinks, I don't know, that's kind of a good example of like, sort of a fallacy that a lot of Americans have, I think. Whenever there's something really good or cool or useful, a lot of Americans kind of just like assume that it's an American invention. which is kind of a strange thing to assume. It's like when we assume every actor is an American, even though like there's a bunch that Americans love that are actually Canadian that we don't even realize. It's kind of like that, which is funny, but also like Canada definitely deserves like credit for this.
Right across the Pacific, that right there is an American badass, son. Wow, baby.
No,
Canadian. It's not
Canadian. And that's the thing is like the Canadians are awesome, right? Sending down.
Thank you.
Is that what that is?
That's
yeah.
it. The Canadians, right there.
And there's some awesome video of this thing scooping up some water.
They're able to go out and return quickly, where all those other VLATs and other ones dropping Foschuk, they have a long return time. They got to go all the way.
What is this? It's like red. Is this what? It's like a normal air. This looks weird. It's like a normal airplane dropping red stuff. Why are they dropping stuff that looks flammable? I'm sure they know what they're doing, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just, what is this? Like, it looks like that powder that you stir in water to make, like, you know, fruit punch. How's that going to stop the fire? This is what they used to have to do?
To an airport somewhere where these guys are making great work. They're just constantly, nonstop since I got here.
And here comes another one. Balls of steel, son. Look at the concentration. Look at the focus.
Is this guy... Oh my god. Is he okay? He's... He's acting like he... He's either the most excitable, like, biggest... water bomber fan in the world, or is he on drugs? This is a level of excitement I've not seen.
He's got a belly full, Captain. He's like, I don't give a shit. We got a fire to put out. Oh, son. Holy.
Let's just watch this for a moment, though, because this is pretty incredible. How quickly all that water was gathered, right? And they're going to just go right back up that hill.
Yeah, they said this can, like, scoop and go dump it like in 10 minutes. This is like the most this is like one of the most underrated, most practical, effective inventions like ever. Seriously. I feel like most Americans really aren't aware, except the ones that have directly been saved. Although, as you see, there's Americans who are aware of this invention who think it's an American thing. So yeah, it's funny.
The real superheroes swooped in, the Aquaman, if you will. And I have to say, watching these pilots drop water from planes, these precision strikes, it is so, I could watch this all day long. From now on, this is how I want to put out the candles on all my birthday cakes.
The precision and the experience that these pilots, these firefighter pilots have, it's really incredible.
Thousands of gallons of water, and he just lifts off and flies off into the damn sunset.
This guy is going to give himself a heart attack. We're all excited for the plane. We all love the plane. We're excited for the water plane. This guy has to, this is too much.
That is an American badass.
And it's not. That's literally not true.
Scoop really often in the ocean in Quebec. So you have to manage the swell and the wave here.
Was it scary?
I didn't have time to think about that.
Oh, is he like a pilot? Oh, this is like one of the actual pilots who does this. Here's an actual badass.
It's amazing what they're doing and the work that they're doing so quickly.
And a big weapon in the fight against the fires is back in the air today. Now that it is flying once again, some are asking, should California buy one of these planes?
The planes are being used in Europe and Australia, and their efficacy in...
Should we buy? Yes, we should buy like 12 of these. Do you guys have like a deal going on? Like 2 for 1?
Utilizing ocean water is driving demand across the globe.
The aircraft is used by 11 countries worldwide and is widely applied in emergency rescue operations.
In Canada, they have a lot of provincial fleets there, and they're a lot based in Europe. In the US, they never have been. In California specifically, I think with all the publicity, we're getting a lot of interest as people see what they can do.
The super...
I'm not in California. I'm interested. Why would we not have something like this? Like, it's great Canada loans us why wouldn't we, like, order more.
Scooper was recognized by Spain in 2006 as, quote, the most efficient tool for the aerial combat of forest fires. And it is generally regarded around the world as the single greatest fire extinguisher ever invented.
This line of aircraft is something of a Canadian success story, describing it as the only scooping aircraft of its size and capacity in the world. It was back in the 1960s. Canadians decided we needed to engineer a plane with this sort of aerial firefighting capacity. Canadair, now Bombardier, would build these planes for decades.
Canadian Aerospace. I didn't know this has been around for so long. I really didn't know that. This seems like such a modern, crazy idea, admittedly. I'm so glad Canada was crazy enough to do this, because who knows how many people this has saved, how many homes.
Space, really exceptional engineers, and I think all Canadians can be proud that this is an aircraft built in Canada by Canadians for the world.
In the spring of 1998, a Super Scooper was flown from Quebec to southern Mexico, where it battled extensive wildfires for over a month. The Super Scooper was credited with saving 37 firefighters surrounded by fire, whereby it swooped in and made 7 drops, opening a corridor in the fire that crews could escape through.
Wow. This is so freaking cool. If there was like a building on fire, could you use this to dump it on like the building? Is that stupid? I don't know. Is that an idea?
And as multiple fires continue to rage on in the Los Angeles area, the Super Scoopers have become a welcome sight to residents and firefighters alike.
Absolutely.
It is a Canadian product. We've got the world expertise in terms of building world class. And our friends in Europe, they don't call them Super Scoopers, they call them Canadairs. They're very, very reliable, and we'll be there for the future.
Cool. So cool. Next generation of this DHC-515 is in production for 2028. We're almost there. Like the next gen of this thing. That's great. There are orders for 22 aircraft from Indonesia, Morocco, Croatia, Greece, France, Italy, Portugal, Spain. Why not the US? Why not the... Are we just mooching off of you? We just call you up and we're like, come on, you'll loan us that the old Super Scooper. Why are we mooching? Why don't we should be paying you? Wow. What the hell? Like, actually, what? What the hell is that about? That actually makes me a bit upset. Why are there no orders from the US? Especially, like, you saw all the LA wildfire footage they were showing. There's a huge demand for this. I don't care, like, how much are these things cost? If it's like $20 million, the United States could, surely that's worth it to us. That's so weird. Anyway, I don't want to end this on like a negative. Like, but that's, what are we doing? Anyway, this was awesome. This is so freaking cool. These things, amazing Canadian invention, severely underrated. Perhaps underappreciated. Actually, I think those who this helps appreciate it immensely. So I will say that, like, this is appreciated from all the people it helps, I'm sure, and those who know about it. So this is awesome. So cool. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on the Canadair greatest fire extinguisher ever invented. Seriously. It's like surreal. Like, I can't believe something like this exists and works. It's so great. If you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canadian things, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.